VGA, Video Graphics Array. That chunky blue plug with 15 pins you've seen on old monitors and projectors. The display connector for decades. Schools ran on it. Offices depended on it. Here's the catch nobody talks about. VGA sends analog signals, like old fuzzy TV. Images come out soft, blurry, washed out. Zero audio. Wanted sound? Separate cable. Extra hassle. VGA is dead. New devices don't ship with it, but millions of projectors still do. Get handed an adapter to present on one, and now you know why it looks like that. That fuzziness isn't your laptop. That's VGA doing its best. Audio jack. The 3.5mm audio jack. That tiny round port everyone takes for granted until it's gone. Plug in headphones, earbuds, speakers, a mic. Instant sound. No pairing, no battery, zero Bluetooth drama. Older computers had two jacks, one for output, one for mic. Because the old TRS plug could only handle one signal direction at a time. Hardware limitation, full stop. Modern TRRS, 4 rings instead of 3, solved it. One port, both directions simultaneously. That headset with a built-in mic, one jack, 2 jobs. A fix so clean nobody noticed. Phones dropped the jack, called it courage. Thin designs and wireless profits won that fight. On computers, still standard. Zero latency, zero compression, zero pairing failures. Gamers rely on it for positional audio. Pros use it for monitoring. Recording a podcast, tracking vocals, running a stream, it just never lets you down. Ethernet. Wi-Fi is everywhere. Wi-Fi is convenient, and Wi-Fi is quietly making your internet worse. Your device converts data into radio waves, fires them to your router, which converts them back, every single time. That conversion adds a latency, tiny delays that stack into lag, stutters, dropouts. Ethernet skips the entire wireless chain. Cable in, direct connection, data moves straight through. Lower ping, maximum speed, no interruptions. No radio waves, no conversion, no guesswork. Competitive gamers hardwire their setups. In CS2 or Valorant, milliseconds decide rounds. Streamers use Ethernet so broadcasts don't choke midstream. Downloading a massive file wired versus wireless, not even close. The payoff nobody expects. Your internet plan caps at gigabit speeds. Most home Wi-Fi doesn't consistently deliver that. Ethernet does. Every time. You're paying for the speed. Ethernet is using it. USB, Universal Serial Bus. Before we go further, this is the most important port on your machine. Not the flashiest, the most important. In the 1990s, every device had its own proprietary connector. Keyboard, printer, mouse, camera, all different plugs, a complete cable nightmare. USB said, one port for everything, done. Type A is the classic flat rectangle. Type B is the square one on printers. Mini USB showed up on PS3 controllers. Micro USB dominated phone charging for years. Everyone remembers flipping it 3 times before it finally went in. Same plug, wrong orientation, every single time. Then USB-C fixed that. Oval, reversible, first try every time. Data, charging and video through one cable. 3 functions, 1 connector. It deserves its own section, and it's getting one. USB 1.0, white ports, museum level slow. USB 2.0, black 480 megabits per second, handles keyboards fine. USB 3.0, in blue, up to 20 gigabits. USB 4, Type-C only, 40 gigabits and beyond. Here's the twist. Megabits and megabytes are not the same. 1 megabyte equals 8 megabits. That speed on the box? Divide by 8 for the real number. Every time. HDMI, high-definition multimedia interface, the port that quietly won the living room. One cable, video and audio together. Nearly every TV, monitor, console, and projector on the planet has one. No other port comes close in terms of raw adoption. Mini HDMI handles DSLRs and portable monitors. Micro HDMI appears on compact cameras like GoPro. The full-size connector drives most setups. Versions matter. HDMI 1.4 brought 4K, but at 30 Hz. Technically 4K, practically choppy for anything moving fast. HDMI 2.0. Fix that. 4K at 60 Hz plus HDR for richer colors and deeper blacks. HDMI 2.1 is the ceiling. 8K at 60 Hz or 4K at 120 Hz for smooth next-gen gaming. One hard limitation. HDMI is 1:1, one port, one screen. Want a second display? You need another port. That port? Coming right now. DisplayPort. DisplayPort looks almost identical to HDMI. Same shape, one corner clipped at an angle. That small difference unlocks something HDMI fundamentally cannot do. Daisy chaining? One cable from your PC to the first monitor, another from that monitor to the next. A full row of screens from a single port. No hub, no adapter stack. One port, multiple displays. That's why programmers, video editors, traders, sim racers, anyone living on screen real estate gravitates toward DisplayPort. Built for multi-monitor work in a way HDMI simply isn't. DP 1.2 handles 4K at 60 Hz. DP 1.4 pushes 8K at 60 Hz with HDR or 4K at 120 Hz. DisplayPort 2.0 supports up to 16K, which sounds absurd, and for most people it is. Built for medical imaging, astronomical analysis, ultra-high-res workflows. HDMI dominates TVS and consoles. DisplayPort dominates desks and workstations. Know which world you live in. Pick accordingly. USB-C. USB-C is not a speed, not a standard, it's a shape. And that confusion is costing people money right now. 2 laptops, both USB-C, identical ports. One charges at 20 watts, USB 2.0 speeds, no video output. The other hits 100-watt charging, USB 4 data, drives an external monitor simultaneously. Same connector. Completely different machines. This is why cheap USB-C cables are a trap. The cable limits the connection. Basic cable, basic results, even if the port supports far more. Always check what the port supports, match the cable to it. The spec sheet doesn't lie. Get the right cable and right port, and suddenly, USB-C becomes the one connector replacing everything on your desk. Data, power, video. One cable in your bag instead of 4. That's a real upgrade. Thunderbolt. Same oval shape as USB-C, same physical port, completely different animal. Thunderbolt is premium technology built on top of the USB-C connector. The only external tell, a tiny lightning bolt icon. That icon changes everything. Early versions topped at 10 to 20 gigabits. Useful. Not the revolution. Thunderbolt 3 was the revolution. 40 gigabits per second, driving 2 4K monitors at 60 Hz, one 8K display, or a full desktop GPU through a single cable. A thin laptop doing serious rendering through one port. Not a small thing. Thunderbolt 4 kept the speed. Added consistency. TB3 sometimes throttled unexpectedly. TB4 certified hardware delivers full performance every time, regardless of which cable or device you're using. No exception. Thunderbolt 5, 120 gigabits per second, triple TB4, 240 watts of charging, 3 4K screens at 144 Hz, or 2 8K displays at 60 Hz from one port.